CI Kitchen is brought to you by Harvest Market.
A holiday designed to raise awareness about pollution and taking care of the environment. Coming up next week, not too many days away at all. And back in our CA Kitchen now, everything you ever wanted to know about both Earth Day and Arbor Day and some recipes and other stuff. Guest Chef Lewey-Shields.
Hello.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome back.
How are you?
I'm great. Good to have you back in the CI Kitchen
Maybe not
with us.
everything you need to know.
Lots of things you
Lots
need
of
to
things,
know.
but if you don't, then just, Google it.
Yeah, that's right. That's sort of the solution to most things these days.
Exactly.
Let's start with Earth Day. And for those who don't know, just a brief synopsis of what it is, what we're celebrating, and then we'll talk about some of the things you brought.
Earth Day is to promote awareness for the things that we are using too much of, we're throwing away too much.
It's a reduce, reuse, recycle kind of
type
day.
thing, Don't exactly reduce, reuse. But did you know that straws are not recyclable? I did not.
I had put two and two together because so many places were getting rid of them and switching to paper straws, but...
And you don't like paper straws?
Oh, man, paper straws. I always feel like it's a wet cardboard box that's about ready to fall apart in my mouth, and so I would rather just drink out of the side of a
Or
cup.
you could go with the stainless steel, or you could go with the silicone.
But you kind of got to travel with those, right?
Well,
if you're going to use them at a... put them in the car. And
what have you, or...
It's good to know there are options. You also, one of the things you brought were some plastic-y straws, but that were environmentally friendly, correct?
These are plant-based, non-paper plastic straws, but they're all made out of a plant.
See, now, if it feels like plastic, I think that would probably be okay.
Exactly.
And this is just one of the many things when it comes to Earth Day we need to be conscious of, make sure we're taking care of our planet.
But the straws are made out of the same plastic that the bottles are, so these bottles are not earth savvy either.
Right, okay.
So you need to get a filter in your house, you need to refill your own bottle, jug.
And it saves you money, too. Even if you're not environmentally conscious, maybe you're financially conscious.
Yes, a lot of money. And wear and tear on your back while you're carrying it from the car into the house.
Right, those 12 packs and 24 packs can be heavy.
You can do the same thing with chopsticks. Don't get the wooden ones, which tree or whatever.
Sure.
But these
what
are
are those
bamboo.
made out of?
These are made out of bamboo,
okay.
And these are made out of stainless steel.
So you take those to the Panda Express with you and...
Yep, they come in a little carrying case.
Oh, they got their own little handy-dandy carrying case.
And they got their own little soup spoon and chopsticks.
And it seems maybe silly or frivolous even at first to go, I'm not... But when you think of the impact long-term that can have over a year or 10 years or a lifetime,
the other thing is,
adds up.
A lot of people think, well, it's only me.
Right.
But if you do it, and then your neighbor does it, and all your kids do it, and all your family does it, just think it adds.
Baby step idea.
Baby step, exactly.
All right. So, and this is Earth Day coming up on it's the 22nd?
Earth Day is on April 22nd.
All right. Can we talk about Arbor Day for a second, too, before we run out of time?
Arbor Day is April 30th.
And, I know Arbor...
Unless you live in Hawaii.
Oh,
and then it's in November.
Different in Hawaii?
Different atmospheres.
We may have a few viewers in Hawaii, but I think most of them are probably local.
Exactly. So, but you say you're too young, maybe your sister. Do you remember having a quarter and then buying an Arbor Day tree and
I don't remember that. Maybe I just blocked it from my memory, but I don't think I have.
Just think, for me, like in kindergarten, and now we're talking 58 years later, how big that tree is and how much air that tree has produced.
There are a lot of big programs now that YouTubers and things are getting involved with to help plant trees, and $1 plants a tree and all sorts of things.
Arbor.org.
Okay.
And you get 10 free trees, or you can buy, but they're going to be the little saplings.
Sure.
But plant it with your grandchild.
Right.
And then, make a memory. When
you go back to a neighborhood you'd live in, and then you're there 20 or 30 years later, it's amazing how much more full everything looks, primarily because of the trees. All right, let's get to a couple of the recipes you have.
How many birds and squirrels you've saved because they've built nests in those trees?
Probably countless.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk a couple recipes quickly, and then we'll do a reveal here at the end of the show.
Exactly. Well, it's fun. You can do vegan, you can do gluten-free, you can do all kinds of adult recipes, but wouldn't it be fun to put a little bit of food coloring in a yogurt and then mix it this is your ocean and this is your land.
That makes sense.
And the granola is your mountains.
So you can, do you mix the two colors together, or do you
Yes,
sort of
you
put them separate? Okay.
Not mix, but you just kind of float them around and what have you. Kind of the same way on the mini tortilla. These are the little mini street tortillas.
Just covered with icing?
It's not icing, it's cream cheese.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have like a little snack. So, you know, icing is not...
And I happened to notice the gummy worms sticking out of the pudding, which was one of my favorite snacks ever growing up.
I
not
love
healthy,
gummy worms.
But good. Oh, me too.
Gummy bears, gummy worms, oh yeah.
Yep.
And so, but I kept them in this. For the reveal, I have them in another container. But I thought, well, get it this way. You can make your own.
Sure.
But get it this way. Have the kid, dump it in a bowl, have the kids put it back in it, and then they have their own little cups again.
And if you're going to do that, that's a very efficient way to do it. Although, in the interest of Earth Day, maybe we make it ourselves and put
make it ourselves. But if you're, if you're doing daycare kids, and
yeah, right.
There's different rules for daycare versus your kids, or somebody else's kids.
All right. Well, we'll look at the reveal of all these here in a few minutes, and hopefully taste a little bit of it too. Lisa, thank you. That was a bunch of information I did not know, which is not totally hard to do. I'm not very smart. Ahead. Oh, by the way, all that information, CILiving.tv. And